Of course, we start the season like that. Say hey, everyone, and welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Thank you guys all for watching. As always, another edition and another year of Say Hey Plays. We're officially back here once again. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. A fun year last year, full of Say Hey tomfoolery. We bet yesterday, obviously, the opening day with Jimmy the Bag on his show. And that is what will happen going forward into the coming weeks and months. But we will talk about all that here shortly. I wanted to come on early here, or I guess early, and talk about at least a little recap of last year, real quick. And then we'll talk about yesterday before we get into the baseball slate. And speaking of baseball slate, here's my guest, ye old Connor Mack. Connor, hello, how are you doing?
What up?
Nice to see you as always, my man. Thank you for joining me every Friday this year. It'll be a lot of fun. As always, appreciate you. How is everything, or I should say, how was your opening day?
It was all right. Pirates lost first five. Obviously, I had the Braves. I double dipped on them. I got lucky in the night. I had the first five team total, and then thought I'd lose that, But they got a bunch of runs there in the ninth, and the Rockies came through for me. So it wasn't that bad. Just Hunter Green, kind of same old. The guy's got good stuff, but he's, not there. I thought the way he pitched against the Pirates last year, he could do it. Again here, opening day, both those teams struggled to hit, but they put runs on the board. And we caught a jack. I had three guys. We'll get to him today. I think he's worth it because I think the price is crazy. With Crone, he had 2 homers yesterday. And he's plus 650 today. Ramirez, Cronenworth were no good, but I'll take that one for 3 plus 700. So decent day. I don't love a lot today. We don't have much today, Jose. Kind of a weird Friday. Normally we would have more games, but I think we can find some here.
Yeah, I think we can find something. And, I am grateful after that full slate Friday, every team plays on Thursday. Have a little bit of a relax here coming off of it. We'll get right back into it.
It's Saturday. So early. I mean, it's just
weird.
Do I have to press bets? I don't know. I'd like to see a little bit more.
And, of course, you still have college basketball to work with, too, so I can completely understand on that aspect as well. Shout out to everyone here watching. Billy Brisbane joined the Members Club. Appreciate you, Billy. Thanks so much. Dominic French, Wine Time Sports. Andrew G., our guy, Sky Dragon, a.k.a. Sky Dargan, if you know him. Shout out to UDG. We've got Rocco Rogers, B-Ball 619, Andrew G. Of course, I'm repping the Red Sox today. Don't have any other clothes. But it's fine. It's fine. All right, so let's go.
How's the tattoo? How's the tattoo feeling?
The tattoo is great. I just moisturized and everything, so we're great. It's still rocking and rolling. I think I should have got a little bigger, but fuck it. Who cares? It's
what do you think? Only you know about that. You're just gonna leave it like that?
Of course.
Gonna get a little Red Sox in there.
No, fuck it. No, only I'll if you ask, and it's a great story. It does absolutely. I thought about this in the coming days because the first person that saw my tattoo after was Roxy. Shout out to Roxy, and obviously shout out to Roxy. She's an attractive woman, and obviously we get tattoos to make ourselves look hot to attractive women. And I asked her, "Oh, what do you think?" And then her reaction to it, just her laughing at me, was like, "Oh fuck, I might have fucked up." So no, it's great. I still love the tattoo. I'm not gonna get anything done to it, so I'm still rocking and rolling. It's fun. Shout out to Dominic French. No, I've heard it all. Is that a softball field? My mom and Jeff both said, I could have tattooed that on you, blah, blah, blah. And it's been good. Overall, no.
I hope you didn't pay that much for it.
I paid $100 for it. I was told that is very ridiculous, especially because our guy Nasty Nate got the whole Celtics leprechaun for $150. So it is very funny to look at both tattoos.
It seems like $40. tattoo.
Yeah.
But
No, I agree wholeheartedly there. But real quick, let's I want to mention the numbers from last year. Last year I was up like 30 units for the whole year, and then the last 2 months of the season, I took a shit down my pants. Ended up 453 and 477, down 5.81 units on the season. So not as great as I would love it to be, but not as bad as it could have been. So I cannot complain
hey,
about
it's a
that.
grind.
It is
So,
absolutely a grind. And, luckily enough for me, I did bet on the postseason every game. I was 25 and 25, but I ended up 3.78 units. So I can't complain at all. I'm just rocking and rolling here. And I'll
nice.
mention yesterday, of course, a shit start to the season yesterday. I went 1-5, down 4 units, but we learned, we move on. I think I was on the right side, just didn't make the right bets, except for the Yankees game. I was obviously on the wrong side there, but it is okay. So
Yeah, you had that Nats team total, right? I mean,
yes.
they
Yeah.
just that's hard to watch them not get another run. I
They
was rooting
left
for you.
on base all fucking day, especially in the eighth inning. I was like, this is our moment. And then just nothing. So, yeah, this happens. But you mentioned it. It's a grind. It's a long season. And I'm happy that it is so we can get our shit together one day at a time. So let's get into the action right now. I do have one play locked in. And thankfully enough, it is in the game that we start off with. New York Metropolitans versus the Miami Marlins in Lone Depot Park, a park that I am now intimately familiar with. I've lost my soul in that park, and I was reborn a new person in that park. So shout out to Lone Depot as well. Jesus Luzardo, aka Baby Jesus, on the bump here for the Miami Marlins against a spot starting David Peterson. Yes, this is not Justin Verlander. He strained a muscle that I have never heard of before. So hopefully he can come back soon enough. But Peterson getting the start here. This has kind of been his role, either long relief guy in the bullpen, or he comes in, takes a spot start for someone, and goes as far as he can. He pitched against the Miami Marlins 4 times last year, 3 starts. Pitched okay. His first start, 5-2, 5 1/3, no earned runs. We'll take that every time. And then he had a back-to-back. So that next start against him, he went 7, 4 hits, 2 earned runs there. So that'll play. And then he followed that up in September by just kind of crushed 3 2/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs there. A lot of strikeouts though for his name. I put my nuts on the table here, I guess. I think that Jesus Luzardo is going to be a good pitcher. I've been a fan of my guy Baby Jesus for a long time. He pitched well in the WBC, which I've been telling myself to try not to overanalyze. Try not to bring it all in there.
Yeah.
Like for example, I wanted to bet on the Diamondbacks yesterday in some form or fashion because I saw Julio Urias just kept getting touched up during the Baseball World Classic, but gave up 2 early runs and then ended up being fine.
Yeah,
So
settled in. Yeah.
that's kind of how this thing goes. So I'm hoping that Jesus Luzardo can carry over that form. I took Marlins first 5 money line here, make it nice and easy for everyone there. I got it at -110. That was also the Say Hey Minute. So shout out to the Say Hey Minute. Comes out every night, the night before the card, giving out a first play for the day. So shout out to that. Connor, please take it over the first baseball game of the year that we're breaking down here on Say Hey Plays.
Shout out to the chat real quick. Go hit the retweet for us. Hit the like. It's the least you can do, as I always say. Shout out to all you guys. I'll hit you guys or Jose here in a minute. Thanks for joining us. Say Hey Plays, season 2, Jose. I like your new graphic back there too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, here's your boy, Baby Jesus here. What's it gonna turn into the regular season? I didn't watch that game. I mean, how was he against Venezuela? What he pitched, 3 or 4 scoreless?
He pitched for Venezuela against Israel. So, yeah.
Israel. Okay. Yeah. Israel.
Scoreless innings. And obviously, you could say, like, oh, Israel is shit. They got perfect games against Puerto Rico, et cetera, et cetera.
They're not good. Yeah,
exactly. Not a good squad, but there were still professional hitters in that lineup. I still, looked good. Velocity was good. So I'm rolling with that. So.
Well, he just can't walk anybody. And I did see him a little bit in the spring, but it's like spring training to me is like, I don't know how much. It's just these guys, like for pitchers, just to get there to get to opening day. Every start's a little bit more. You work on all your pitches. but he does have the stuff. And to think, Jose, we talked about this guy for years. He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
Like he's still, this should be right here, his prime. And I still think he can be a better pitcher, than he's been early on. But it's all control with him, like I mentioned, the walks. What I didn't like? I thought, man, I guess to me in the end, the Marlins, I think the Mets are just a better team, and I'm not big on Peterson. We got another lefty in Freeland where it's like, these guys are all right. They can go about 5. I get why you made this bet. I think the Marlins at home, but I still think the Mets kind of have a little bit better lineup. And I was thinking, man, to pull the trigger on the Marlins, I want plus 130 or something. I'm just like, can they scratch some runs across? And I'm sure they will. And maybe I want your bet to win here. I just can't pull the trigger on anything in this game. I'm off.
Yeah, no, the Marlins offense is always going to be the factor that scares everyone with this team, But I'll be honest, I looked at the Mets lineup yesterday, and I was really underwhelmed. I really thought, especially with as much money they've spent on this roster, it just the name is
Really?
only just.
What do you
Pete
think
Alonso.
about today?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I got a lovely refresh on shout out to RotoWire. Nimmo, Marte, Lindor, Alonso, Cannon, McNeil, Escobar, Tommy Pham, and Thomas Nido. It's okay. Like I said, obviously Lindor and Alonso, your big boppers there, but it's just, Nimmo's never done anything for me, really. Just never got me excited.
AAA superstar.
Exactly. Marte's fine. But I just think that the Marlins can get their shit together a little bit. Obviously they didn't score much yesterday because Max Scherzer, a really good pitcher, and I'm hoping that Luis Ariz can set the table and start it off here for everyone. Show me something here. Luis Ariz, Gene Segura, Jazz Chisholm, Jorge Soler. Just show me something, one of you guys. So I'm going to be watching this game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And we'll see the Mets. The bottom is where, Pham's really old. And even Escobar, he had a horrible spring. The guy still hit 20 homers. He never was an average guy, but his average is starting to slip. I think he hit, 230, 240 last year. So it's his spot right now. But, I don't know how great he will be.
I don't either. So let's move on there. Like I said, I'm on Marlins first 5 money line. That's my only play going into the show, hoping to find some more in these next 4 games. Marquee matchup of the night, maybe we can call it. White Sox versus the Astros here. Great game last night. We live streamed it on playback. Thank you guys for those who joined us. It was a good time. Me, Preston, Big Show, all just chopping it up, talking ball as always, making some live bets. Dylan Cease looked phenomenal, but the thing that was definitely worrisome for Astros fans and Astros backers was the bottom half of the lineup just really did not show anything of any kind of hope, I guess. He didn't. Again, I keep saying this. Dylan Cease was phenomenal. But just the bottom half of the Astros lineup was not doing it for anyone. And now they're back again here against the American Bulldog, Lance Lynn. And I've got a kind of a bias against Lance Lynn. I'm always kind of worried about backing him, but I've seen a lot of smart cappers on our first 5 under here, especially after those lineup struggles from the Astros here. You really just kind of have to get through 1, 2, 3, 4 with Bregman. Pena, Bregman,
no Altuve,
Alvarez, and Abreu there. So you'll have to get through those guys, and obviously Kyle Tucker's very good. But once you hit the Corey Jolks, Hensley, Jake Myers, and Martin Maldonado portion of the lineup, typically you'll be all right. So that's typically what's going on with these Astros games. So we'll see what happens. Lance Lynn does get touched up by Martin Maldonado. I found that to be interesting. And ultimately, I don't have a play on this game, and I'm probably end up passing on this game. If I'm betting anything, it is probably going to be an Astros here. I did the run line calculations, and you can bet the Astros -1 at -102. And that was my lean here so far, waiting to hear what everyone else thinks and says about the play. But, Connor, what do you think about this game so far?
Yeah, the Astros just didn't get anything done. And then Jordan hits that, 2-run homer late in the ninth. I don't want to back the White Sox. I like Lance Lynn. His struggles early on, I was surprised his numbers because he was so bad early. He did pitch better late. What did he go 8-7 and just under 4 is ERA. But I've liked to back him in the past. And he was kind of, up and down in the Classic as well, or there as well. one thing I like the Astros too. You're right. It's like these top four guys, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, Joe, it's just tough. Maldonado, like as kind of a maybe look 7 for 16, the success. Maybe look his over 1.5 bases. He does have a homer that was 10-1. But I think Bregman, I like his success. This is a guy that I'm gonna have one or two here. I'm gonna take his jack of the day. I got it plus 525, 6 for 17 with a couple of homers. Didn't 20 have 23 homers last year. He was better in the postseason, but I got to put something on him, and I can't pull it up. I don't know, it's circling, but even his over 1.5 bases, I'd look today. I think you can have some success because I think the Astros score some runs. I kind of didn't pull the trigger, maybe their first 5 team total. I really don't like the 4.5 this early. I don't need to be making Astro team total 4.5 bets right now because they have been hit and
They
miss
have
for
a
me.
lineup. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I will definitely be on Bregman here, prop wise in this game.
A lot of people liking Astros first 5 -0.5 there. Lucas Ryan and
I get
Rocco
it.
Rogers both put it in the chat basically at the same time there as well. Rick J says he was about to take it as well. Was just kind of waiting for the show there. Wine time on the White Sox money line. And by the shout out to Mike M joining us as well. He mentions home teams off the opener with no rest, 4-19 on the run line and 5-18 straight up. By the way, shout out to the Astros as well. The wild stat I saw, or the craziest stat I saw yesterday, 10 straight home openers. They won until last night as well. So shout out to them, man. It was literally since they joined the American League, they had not lost a home opener. So I thought that was a wild stat there, and shows how good the Astros are year in and year out. All right, so a lot of Astros love there, like we mentioned. Rick J's thing saying that the Houston's going to be angry for last night. Daryl Turner likes the over, and Javier good short history versus the Red Sox, the White Sox, I should say. While Lynn has been hit up, so I'm not going to move on that yet, but I can obviously see why you guys like first 5 there. So we'll see. And by the way, the Astros did use all their big bullpen arms last night as well, and I guess the White Sox didn't have to, because it was like 7-8 innings of Dylan Cease, I believe, and then they had to throw Reynaldo Lopez and Bummer. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So I'm off the game, and let's keep on moving into another game I found interesting. I guess this is the upset of the day. The San Diego Padres getting smacked in the face by the Rockies, and CJ Cron just doing what he does. Like, he just quietly just continues to hit like 30 home runs. I hope for his sake he gets traded in the trade deadline this year, so he can go play some competitive baseball, or maybe not. Maybe he'll just enjoy the Colorado weather and just continue hitting bombs there. Who knows? Whatever that dude likes to do there. But we've got a Kyle Freeland, Nick Martinez start here. And, it's kind of funny. These number 2 starters today are just gross. Like, I understand some of them are just based off injury, but, like, the Padres, I considered one of the favorites to win the World Series. Like, I thought, like, this will probably be the team that comes out of NL. We're throwing Nick Martinez on day 2. I know Joe Musgrove shattered his toe with a fucking kettlebell or whatever, but still, Nick Martinez has never really done it for me. He's bip-bapped around the starting rotation, the bullpen. Kyle Freeland has gotten touched up by these Padres as well. Fun fact, Kyle Freeland against that Padres last year, he was 3-1 somehow, and he had an almost 7 ERA, a 6.75 ERA. So I didn't want to overcomplicate this. I thought over on this game, a full game over 8 at even money here. Not moved on it yet officially. That's been my lean here, but I like this play a lot. I think I am going to move on.
I kind of like it too, and I love a good under, here in San Diego, but not with these 2 pitchers. One thing is, hasn't been success for Freeland. He's pitched better on the road. He gets out of Coors Field, but it doesn't mean really any wins. So the last 2 or 3 years, his ERA's in the 3s. Well, of course, back at home, it's 5.5. You talked about it. If he's like going to pitch well or just kind of get ripped around, that's what I've always felt with him. And I don't trust Nick Martinez, 195. Get out of here. I don't care how stacked the Padres are. It's a joke. I don't mind your over. I looked at Rockies team total, 3.5 plus 115. But I took it last night. I'm going to take it again. Yeah, I'm not going crazy, but I'll take the Rockies again. I got plus first 5, plus 165. I got to take it against Nick Martinez. One thing, Martinez usually is better early on. He's a guy that kind of wears on and gets hit later on in the year. He
Yeah.
was more successful, but I don't trust him. And you mentioned you got to take Crone again. 8 for 25, 3 jacks. The guy had 2 jacks last night, and they're still hanging plus 650. Come on, you got to put something there. One thing on the flip side, there's a few guys like Soto as a homer, but Grisham, batting isn't great. He's only 5 for 20, but 3 jacks. He's over 10 to 1, 11 to 1, for Ding Dong. A little Grisham maybe at 11 to 1 there.
How about it? A little action there. Shout out to you, Connor. I did start doing a little bit of research into Jack of the Days because I knew you were coming on, obviously. Every time I look for one, it's just always like plus 350. I'm just getting shit odds, so I never want to bet it. But those plus 600.
Get it now. Yeah, get it. I talked about it. They're gonna disappear. So if this is a time where maybe you're not big on it because they're gonna just go to crap. And look at already Alvarez. He hits a homer. Judge, like they were giving Judge plus 350, which was like, and then he hits a homer, right away. Like, and Alvarez is 270 today. Like they're already no value. He hits a home run last night. So yeah, but there's still a bunch of names where there's huge prices. A guy last night, like I didn't have him. Ty France, he's still 600. This guy's been a money machine for me the last couple of years. With Jacks or just having him over 1.5 bases. So they're out there for sure.
Beautiful. Shout out to Ty France. Good guy. Good guy, that Ty France. Was his
Yep.
bat boy for a little bit. Arizona versus Los Doyers here. And I was really infatuated with the Diamondbacks last night. I was going to take them, but I didn't end up doing it. I took the first 5 under. Obviously got bit in the ass there. And here's the thing. And I guess this is the most shocking stat of the day that I was found during this research. I thought Merle Kelly, like last year, was a breakout season for him, et cetera, et cetera. Turned into a legitimately good pitcher last year. In that breakout season, he still went 0-5 against the Dodgers, 0-9 career against the Dodgers. But 0-5 against the Dodgers last year was just so bad. And I thought, fine. What if last year was just an anomaly? 21, he goes 0-3 against the Dodgers. So here's the thing. Dustin May, I love Dustin May coming off of TJ and then a back injury. I don't know if I trust him enough implicitly. So I kind of went back and forth here, and I'm thinking I'm going to move on Dodgers team total over 4.5 here, even money. The most surprising thing I saw yesterday, just off of team like being better than I thought, I was really surprised at the Dodgers offense. I did not think it was going to be as potent or look as good as it did, and it was great. Excuse me. It was great. Goodness, I've got the sneezes now. But David Peralta looked good, and he looked good in Venezuela. James Outman hit a home run. He looked nice. So I'll take my risk here. I'll take the Dodgers team total over 4.5 here. And by the way, Merle Kelly at least 3 earned runs in every start against the Dodgers. So
yes,
I'll take my chances against Merle Kelly. He'll give me my 3 earned runs, and then I'll take my 2 other runs off of the Diamondbacks bullpen, which is obviously not good yet. So I'm taking that Dodgers team total over 4.5 there.
I like it. I think this is just Dodgers or nothing because of Kelly's struggles. And I remember he had his best start at Dodger Stadium, and he went. I think they let him into the 8th, Jose, and he gave up 3 runs. I think they lost 3-2. I remember because he pitched great. That was his best start ever against the Dodgers, and he still lost. He gave up a run or 2 there late, and they put him out there in the 8th. And he gave up like a big double, and that was just it. And he still lost. And then you mentioned the starts at home. He's gotten ripped as well. The Dodgers Muncy owns him. Will Smith 7 for 22. Freddie 6 for 16. Mookie Betts. This is one. It's like it's 450 a lot of places, but still I think it's a decent value. He's 7 for 23 with 3 jacks. Can't go wrong with a little Mookie.
I also had Mookie Betts written down, and Bovada had him at plus 350.
I feared one at DraftKings was 450. So look around. One thing Bovada I mentioned good book. Same thing with BetOnline. They're not the best with the homers though.
They are
Search
not.
Around. Yeah, they don't have the best prices there. But you mentioned that lineup. Rojas, he seems like he's so healthy, in play now, without Lux, you mentioned that lineup. I think it's pretty good as well. The Martinez basically the DH. He doesn't got to play in the field. Outman hit a homer last night. I don't think the lineup is going to be that big of a problem. So I agree with you. I think as long as they stay healthy, these guys, Doyers.
Yeah. All right, beautiful. Los Doyers for us both here. I also, I was a little worried about the 4.5, 5 runs, et cetera, et cetera. I also kind of looked at Dodgers -1. I did put it in the run line calculator. Shout out to Ron Crawford, who I believe made the run line calculator for us, and I'll drop it in the chat for anyone that needs it right now. But I got a -142 on it, so that's basically why I'm not on Dodgers -1 as well. Just a little too juice on my part.
Little juice. I get it. I might. I don't know if I'll move there with the Dodgers, but I think that's the look.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's a Dodgers spot, and I'll be fading Merle Kelly every time against the Dodgers, it seems. Next on our slate, the last game on our slate here already. Just a quick 5-gamer with Connor, but we'll have plenty of games and plenty of Fridays to break down with Connor Mack. And let's talk about the Guardians versus the Mariners. Great pitching matchup last night. Mariners come through. Just trying to think off the top of my head. Just best atmospheres, ballpark-wise, best home field advantages. And to have a home field advantage in the regular season, for one, is just like a big deal. And the Mariners they have one. The fans are electric, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll be honest, Hunter Gaddis is not in my book. Like I saw he pitched twice last year. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He gave up like 7 earned runs both times. And this was an easy stay off spot because I at least want to watch the pitcher throw some innings first before betting against him, But this is Mariners or pass for me. Like you could easily. I actually was kind of surprised at the price. Seattle -1, only -113. That's the bet I would be making on this game. I would love to hear from the chat from you, Connor, see if you guys are feeling the same way. But Robbie Ray was. Well, okay, let's start the beginning with Robbie Ray. Obviously, big free agent signing, comes in his first year. Not great. We kind of all expected Robbie Ray to be better. But he pitches in twice against Cleveland in a back-to-back spot last year and absolutely dominates them both times. 7 innings shut and then 6 innings shut, whichever way it went. So I have to respect his dominance against the Cleveland Guardians here. And if I'm making a bet on this game, it's Seattle -1 there. And I would also, we were speaking of Jack of the Day here, Zunino, Mike Zunino.
Oh, yeah.
I would also consider him. You can go look at your baseball savant there. 5 of 22, but 4 home runs in those 25. Another plus 350 there for me. If I'm making another Jack of the Day there, it's Mookie and him. So it'll be interesting to see.
And everyone's seen that. And that's about the best price I saw was the 350 because I saw it down as low as plus 260.
Oh,
people rush, depending, on a few places, and 3-1. But yeah, that was the one success there. What do we get here from Gaddis? I think he would, he rushed up. This is he's starting only because McKenzie's out here. Yep. I saw him a little bit pitch at double AAA last year when I go through all these minor league pitchers. He's kind of got that stuff, but he gets hit hard. If he's getting hit hard in double AAA, I think it could be rough for him early. He has command issues, walks. That's always the shits. Jose, don't want to walk people.
There's nothing worse on this earth than betting on either a starting pitcher and him immediately walking guys, or when you're about to close a ball game and your closer has no command. Those are the 2 worst feelings when you're betting on baseball right there.
Yeah, and he got tattooed, you mentioned, in just a couple appearances last year. I think he's got some stuff. He's a big fucking dude. He's like 6'5", 6'6", just 24 years old from Georgia State. I can't put my money on him.
Big. This is such a big guy, 6'6". I saw in his baseball savant as well because I was trying to figure out who is this guy. His extension was at an 89th percentile, and I was like, why the fuck is that so high? And you telling me that he's like 6'6", that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense now.
I want to see him too. Like, I can't back him. I just
Yeah.
not at this price. Could they win? Blah blah. Yeah, the way that I've seen him, it's going to take a while. He need to be like plus 180 something more to even look away. So I think it's Mariners and Robbie Ray. I've had a kind of a love hate with him because even last year he is so bad. He's good. He's been pretty good. Someone mentioned in the chat uh, against the Guardians, and the Guardians are so hit and miss, mostly miss. You know, against lefties, it's like they're just not great. Other than Ramirez, they got a few guys, Rosario. Um, to me, this is the Mariners. I look at the Mariners here early. As long as Robbie Ray is all right, I think you win here. So I'd look first five. Yeah, I might bet this too. I just wanted to kind of look at it a little bit more because I can't back Gaddis. I just have a rough record, with Robbie.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about that as well. Mariners just -1 there, and it's at least it's not like the Dodgers -1 where it would have been -140 if I wanted to take it. -113 is obviously very, very digestible. And here's the run line calculator again for anyone that needs it.
You pop it in there, and I can't mess with the total. Like this is a game I don't want the total. It's 8. Both teams aren't great hitting. We had the great pitchers last night. You're gonna see it stays under. Like gets the Gaddis get hit hard. Does Ray even give up a couple? Because normally I'd like to maybe be on an under, but just too many unknowns to just be throwing around bets and fucking around here.
Agreed. Too many unknowns, but I'm going to make that official, I believe. Seattle -1, -113. So a little 4-game card for me to follow up opening day here. So let's try to get some money back today. Need to get out of a hole with my local, obviously, after that 1-5 day. So let's get out of that hole. Let's get the shovel out and start digging. Start digging out of there. Connor, again, thank you so much for joining me on Fridays. Every Friday, hopefully going forward. It's very nice. It's a very casual, easy Fridays when I've got Connor Mack on here. And Connor Mack also follows up the Playback Thursdays, because remember, guys, we're every day except for Thursdays. Thursdays, I take my mini day off, which is really not a day off because I'm just not doing the show, but I'm still on Betting with the Bag with Jimmy, so I break down the games there. And at the nighttime, we watch a game on Playback. Playback just allows us to watch the game and talk about it on screen with us. It's everything in one place. It was a lot of fun yesterday. DG, a lot of guys were in there last night, so definitely tune in with us. And
got it. Where's my invite? No invite? What the hell?
Connor, we'll be there every Thursday, buddy. So you're.
No, I know that. I just meant last night. I didn't think you guys were going until next week. Like Thursday.
Well, I will admit I didn't even invite anyone to the live stream. I did not. I didn't tell anyone about it. Like I was just gonna do it, and then Big Show and Preston kind of showed up. So shout out to them. It was also hilarious because it was extremely quick ball game because it was obviously Astros, White Sox, and Framber and Dylan Cease were just going at it, just boom, 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 and it was fun. It was fun. So that's
how do you feel about these rules? Let's just touch on them real quick. I want to say one thing with props. Look at the stolen bases a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's get on that. Get on it because I think right now is the time to do it. Price wise.
No, 100. I agree 100%. I think I saw a stat. It was 21 of 23 base runners or whatever steal attempts were successful.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Yeah.
The Orioles had like 6 in the first, right? Wasn't that against the Red Sox?
Yeah, the Red Sox never had a good defensive catcher since fucking Jason Varitek. Yeah, that's just how that goes. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. And the Orioles, like the Braves, teams like that are gonna use it to their advantage. I love that shit. I wanted to see more steals. I also love the pitch clock. I love the pitch clock because as someone that watches these games every single day. It is just very nice that there's not going to be the 4-hour baseball game now.
Hey, I used to like Kenley Jansen, but him sitting there on that mound was tough. There's a few guys I could go after, man.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, especially on the Dodgers, it was Kenley and it was fucking like Pedro Baez.
He was worse than – you're right, Baez. Yeah, oh, fuck. Now you bring it up. I saw that clip. Holy shit.
The clip of him pitching one pitch in the playoffs. In that one pitch, you could have I forgot who the inside the park home run it was. It might have been Francisco Lindor's, but they just showed it again and again. So no, I love that shit. And it might hurt Kenley Jansen. He's on my Red Sox, obviously, but I think it's extremely needed. And I love that this pace is going to keep going and going.
Yeah.
So
Eric Bo, I get what you're saying. He says wait till it costs you the game. It's gonna. I mean, but it's just.
I'll be pissed off. I'll be pissed off about it. I promise you that. I mean, Rafael Devers got called out on a fucking out last night because of that too. He's the first batter to get called out on an out like that. So shout out to him.
Devers.
Yeah, the first batter. And if you want your other trivia question answered, Marcus Stroman was the first pitcher to get one as well. And by the way, of course, not all games are going to be 2.5 hours. When you score 9 and 10 runs like the Blue Jays did with the DG and then the Cardinals, you'll still get your 4-hour games there. So I like it. I like it. I can't wait. I can't watch. I can't wait to for it to fully take hold. I will say the one negative thing I don't like about it, obviously, is when you're at the games. When you're at the games, you want the games to go as fucking long as possible because you're just there vibing. You're just drinking, et cetera, et cetera. When you're at the games, it must suck a little bit, but just for TV viewers, it's great.
I gotta say, DG 3.5's not that bad in a 10-9 game. Like those old Yankee Red Sox were like over 4.5 hours. Yeah, I mean 10, but I don't think it's actually that bad. 3.5 in a 10-9 game, but yeah.
I can't wait. It's gonna be great. I like the rules, so I can understand why people don't like them, and we'll see how it's gonna treat overs and unders as well. Because obviously, everything went over last night. I believe underbettors got killed. I was one of the underbetters that got murdered last night. So we'll see how it goes.
The Reds game,
yeah. The first
I wasn't on a ton.
Fucking annoying. We talked about how relievers not being able to throw strikes. That was the Reds yesterday. Dude walking in 2 runs and killing me was brutal. So
real quick, Cheshire Cat. Yeah, good bet. Take that. It's stolen base at 240.
John Birdie.
Good value. Yep.
240. Yeah. No, he was a fucking leading base stealer last year. He was up there as well. So shout out to John Birdie on the Marlins. All right. That was a whole lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to keep on doing this. Let's review our action. Connor, I will go first real quick. Only 4 plays for me here. It's going to be fun to watch all these games. Marlins first 5 money line -110. Colorado, San Diego over 8 at even money there. I've got these Dodgers team total over 4.5 there. And I want to double check real quick because I believe I got that at +105. Oh, no. Yes, I got that +105. Yes, there we go. And I got the Padres Rockies over at -105 there. So little slight line changes there from even to -105 and then +105 there. And then lastly, my last play, which I have to bet now, is Seattle -1 at -113. I will again put the run line calculator in there if anyone needs it. Very helpful tool. That's how you get the -1s, et cetera, et cetera. And Mike M, to answer your questions, the bases are actually pretty dramatically bigger. It is kind of funny. They're the size of a pizza box.
Yeah, they're big. They are definitely
genuinely
bigger. Yeah. I took it again. I don't mind your over. I don't know if I want to add that. Maybe I will, but I took Rockies again. First 5. I got to take it +165. I'm on it. And I'm going to look at Dodgers and the Mariners. I'm going to probably be on one of those tonight. I will move. I have pretty good NHL action today and NBA. But Jacks, let's rip it. Crone, one more time, +650. Unbelievable. I don't know why they have that number. I mentioned Bregman +525, 6 for 17 with a couple jacks. And add Mookie. You can both see 450. I found a +475. Mookie bet, 7 for 23, 3 bombs. There's a little 3-pack, a jack of the day here since.
I'll make it a 4-pack for you, Connor. I'll make it a 4-pack. I'll add it with you, and I'm going to make a new jack of the day drop as well, so we can make it a continued segment in our show on Fridays. Mike Zunino. I gotta do it. Mike Zunino. I'll throw it in there. All he does is hit home runs. He'll strike out or hit home runs. 5 of 22 against. Who was it? Lance Lynn? I don't even remember now. 5 of 22 against whoever, 4 home runs. So shout out to Mike Zunino. I believe in him. So I am taking it's 5 of 22 against Robbie Ray because he's on the Cleveland Guardians now. For some reason, I thought he was on the Seattle Mariners. But 5 of 22, 4 home runs there. Give me a little Mike Zunino jack today too. So I can't wait. Going to be a lot of fun here, Connor Mack. Where can the people find you next? Because you got a big Saturday.
Tomorrow morning, 10 Eastern. I believe same time. I don't know. Maybe it's 11.
I think so. And I
Okay.
think I think it's the same time.
Same time. Yeah. We'll break down the Final Four, and then that'll be it. Then we'll be live Monday. We'll go on a little early before the championship game, and I can't wait. Kind of turn the page here, Jose. Baseball's back. Spring is in the air. Masters next week.
Oh,
great time.
It's gonna be fun. Now that I'm a golfer, I can actually appreciate the Masters a little bit, huh?
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
When you get out to Vegas, we got to play golf.
Well, Connor, funny that you mentioned that. My good friend that's on the Astros organization, got called up to AAA. And there is a AAA baseball team in Las Vegas, I believe.
There it is.
Yep. And he will be there in, I believe it was late July.
Nice.
So me and Jeremy, who you now know, are planning on going there and playing some golf and watching those games. So definitely, I will tell you.
We will. Sure. It will be hot as hell, but enjoyable. We'd have to get out early. Get out like break of dawn.
That's all right with me. I cannot wait for it. And obviously, I'm not a big partier, so I can't wait. But yes, Connor, hopefully we'll see each other soon playing some golf. I get to see you using your own irons.
Yep.
That'll be a whole lot of fun. But
hey, I didn't play much golf, but it was fun for.
But you were fucking killing it on the par 3. Par 3 video, by the way, will be out today as well. So shout out to you.
Shout out. Yeah, it was a good time. Pubapalooza 2.
Pubapalooza 2, a lot of fun. And by the way, Swiss Horton asking why he lost the Padres money line bet, because baseball is a weird, fickle bitch. And when the Padres went down early, they just threw their shit bum relievers, and they were like, we're not coming back. Let's just get out of here, and let's move on with our day. So that's why. I don't hate the bet. But, I get it. And by the way, shout out to Mike M. as well. He's doing a favorites parlay not every day, but he's going to do baseball favorites parlays to see how profitable it goes. Cashed last night at plus 130, I believe. And now he's going back to the Dodgers and the Padres tonight. Dodgers fathers parlay. So shout out to him. But that ends the show here. The first Say Hey plays of the season under the books. It's in there.
Just book
Thank you. Just book it. Thank you. There we go. Connor, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it as always. We'll see you back here next Friday as well. And we will be back on Say Hey Plays yet again tomorrow morning. A little Saturday action here. We'll be on 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. You guys will be live as well, so we can dip back and forth. Maybe you want to watch some baseball previews. You can come to my show. You can get some Final Four previews as well with Connor Mack and Bobano. We're giving you guys options here at Pub Sports Radio. And guess what? Best part about it is watch the baseball, watch the college basketball. You can watch either one after that because it's a full day of gambling and we've got all the action for you here. And on top of that, I'll even mention we've got some horse racing action tomorrow as well. So it's a full day at Pubapalooza or Pub Sports Radio. Cannot wait. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back here again tomorrow morning. Say hey, everyone, and we'll see you guys next time.